Assalamu alaikum friends, welcome to SBR revision series for September 2021, and today I'm going to cover a very important topic. This is a must topic that you are going to get, especially for your group accounting, which is in your question number 1, which is consolidated financial statements. Okay, so when do we consolidate? When we buy a subsidiary, right? So that's why we have to know the definition of two things. One is parent and the other one is subsidiary, because we consolidate subsidiary. The parent consolidates subsidiary, right? So parent is an entity that controls another entity. That means they are having more than 50%. Okay. And a subsidiary is an entity that is controlled by the parent entity. Okay. So only for a subsidiary we consolidate financial statements. Okay, that's the reason we are learning this definition. Under IFRS 10, what is the main thing is the definition of control. Okay, this is usually asked as a theory question, discussion question, whether the parent has a control over the entity or not. So in that case, whether to consolidate or not, the question is like this. So in order to consolidate, first you should know whether control exists or not. If control exists, you consolidate. If control does not exist, you do not consolidate. So in order for control to be there, there are three things that you have to look for in your scenario also that is given. Okay. Whether first you have to write the general, this three general points, then you have to see in your case study and apply whether these general 3 points are there or not. Okay. First one, okay. So the control is defined as power over the investee. That means parents should have a power over the investee. Okay. Whether they have the power or not will be there in the scenario. They will tell whether they have a power to make a decision making or they have the power to vote. Anything they will give you in the case study. Exposure or rise to variable returns. Okay. Do they have the return? Do they have the rise to return variable returns? That means by involving in the investee, they are going to get some profit out of it. Some benefit will come to them. Okay. Some in forms of dividend or interest or anything like that. And the ability to use power over the investee to affect the investor's return. Remember, using power and the ability to use power are not the same thing. Okay. You might have the ability, but does not mean that you have to exercise that power, that ability, right? But you should have that ability. Whether you exercise it or not is not important. Whether you use that power or not is not important. But if you have the ability to use the power, that's when you have the control. Okay, so if these three things are there, control exists and you can consolidate. Okay. So these are the 3 points, and this is a very, very, very repeated question. Let me tell you this. This is so important that I don't know. I think 5, 6 times I've seen this question coming in the past paper. Okay. I don't remember the year, which year it came and all, but you can go back and check in your revision kit and past papers and all. An entity that is a parent is required to produce consolidated financial statements, right? Parent has to consolidate financial statements. That's the reason why they have to know what is a control, whether they have a control or not, which is dealt under IFRS 10. Okay. The consolidation process and everything will be dealt under has been dealt under IFRS 3, but the definition of control is under IFRS 10. Okay. IFRS 3 is uh, it's for anything. It's not only for the subsidiary. Okay. If you don't have a control also, it will show you how to calculate and all. For example, it deals with associates, joint ventures, so many things are there. Okay. And IFRS 3, which is business combination. Okay. So that's it for IFRS 10. Next, we are going to come up with IFRS 11, which is joint arrangement. Joint arrangement. Again, very important for it can come as a group accounting under question number 1 or as any other question 2, 3 or 4. If it does not come in group accounting means it will come in some other question. Okay. So till then, thanks for watching and see you in the next channel.